Nesson, and it comes your way live from TD Garden, where time is just flying by because it's the season finale for home games for the Bruins, with 3 remaining on the road. After this one, the Toronto Maple Leafs limp into town. And hello again, everybody. High above the ice, alongside Andy Wrigley with Garrett Austin at ice level. I'm Jack Edwards. The Toronto Maple Leafs have not beaten a team that's currently in playoff position in either conference on the road since New Year's Eve. That's just amazing. Of course, the team they beat on New Year's Eve was the Boston Bruins. So how about settling a score and staying focused for 60 minutes against this club?
I'm not so sure that that's in the front of the Bruins players' mind. A game several months ago, what's on their mind is to continue to find ways to win a hockey game. This is not a good road team. They don't have the character to win on the road. Remind them of that.
Toronto is incredibly sensitive to the first goal being scored, so the Bruins need to hop on them and remove hope right away.
No doubt about it. It's a pretty simple formula. Attack this team, get the lead, extend the lead.
It's going to be awards night, the final home game. Sports Hub's Dave Gosher is out at the end of the rug to present the hardware in a minute. The Bruins about to take the ice in front of their 254th consecutive sellout at TD Garden. The Bruins are 2 points behind the top Eastern wild card Pittsburgh, which blew a 2-goal lead and lost at Columbus this afternoon. After tonight, Pittsburgh still will have a game in hand on the Bruins. The Bruins are 1 down in regulation and overtime wins, which is the first tiebreaker if teams are tied in points. You see the Bruins 3 points up on Ottawa, which is trying to get into the wild card structure. Only 2 teams make it, and Ottawa has a game in hand. Ottawa tonight is playing against Washington. We now join Jim Martin, the public address announcer at TD Garden.
Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the ice. Here to present the 2014-2015 Boston Bruins End of Season Awards, please welcome our MC, Bruins radio announcer Dave Gosher.
Jim, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone. Great to have you with us. We have 4 sets of awards to present here tonight. First off is the Eddie Shore Award, and it's presented annually by the Gallery Gods to the player that exhibits exceptional hustle and determination throughout the season. Please welcome to present the award tonight, the Eddie Shore Award, longtime Gallery Gods, Roger Naples, Henry Higgins, P.J. Bard, John Dominic, and Tommy Chesna, along with Eddie Shore Jr. and Eddie Shore III. Our Eddie Shore Award winner this season, number 17, Milan Lucic. Our next award is the Elizabeth Dufresne Award, determined by the Boston chapter of the Professional Hockey Writers Association. It's presented to the player who's been most outstanding in home games this season. Tonight, the association is also proud to contribute funds raised at each home game to Liam Fitzgerald's hashtag Bump Out Cancer campaign in support of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Joining us to present a check for $23,000. Bob Sweeney, the director of the Boston Bruins Foundation, and chapter chairman Joe Haggerty. And here to accept the check, please welcome Liam Fitzgerald. And the Dufresne Award this year for 2014-15, number 40, Tuukka Rask. Congratulations, Tuukka. Now to our 3 Stars Awards. Throughout the season, my partner Bob Beers and I selected 3 stars of each game on Bruins flagship station 98.5 The Sports Hub. And the 3 Stars Awards are given to the players who contribute the most to the team's success throughout the season. Here to present the awards tonight from 98.5 The Sports Hub, Chris LeBono, and also from the New England Honda dealers, Peggy Proco and Gene Canino. Our 3rd star this season with a team-high 22 goals, number 63, Brad Marchand. Our number 2 star of the season, here he is again, number 40, Tuukka Rask. And the Bruins' number 1 star this season, the Bruins' top scorer this year, number 37, Patrice Bergeron. Our final award tonight is the John Busick Award, and it's given to the player who's contributed the most to charitable and community endeavors. Also, a $1,000 donation will be made to a charity of the winner's choosing by the Boston Bruins Alumni Foundation. Who else can present this award but the Chief, Johnny Busick? The 2014-15 John Busick Award goes to number 27, Dougie Hamilton. Chief, we're going to ask you to stay here for just a moment. In addition, we have one final presentation as a thank you to Chief for all of his years helping the Bruins on the road during their travels. Bruins captain Zdeno Chara is going to join us and present something to Chief as a token of appreciation for all the years that Chief has been a huge help on the road. Z. Berge, Chris Kelly, David Green.
Boston Bruins Hockey on NESN is brought to you by Ace Ticket, by Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin', by the University of Massachusetts, here for a reason, and by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Bruins getting set to finish up their home schedule against the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. And René Rancourt to stroll out onto the ice for O Canada and the Star Spangled Banner.
Before receiving by a guarded legend, Accompanied by Bruins organist Ron Poster, please welcome Renee Rancourt.
Starting Goalies brought to you by your New England Audi dealers. Experience the new Audi A3 with legendary Audi Quattro all-wheel drive tonight with Jonathan Bernier having lost 7 in a row. James Reimer gets the start on the road this season. 3-13, a goals against average of almost 3.5, and a save percentage under .900. Tuukka Rask in his last 5 starts has given the Bruins spectacular goaltending, a 1.79 goals against average, a .942 save percentage. Boston can do some moving in the standings. It's going to get some help one way or another with Washington playing against Ottawa, but it means nothing if Peter Horacek's Maple Leafs can beat Boston tonight. The game is on. Is this all about focus and a good start, Brick?
I'd add one more element, a full 60.
Yep.
Toronto has some high-end talent, and they can be good if you let them.
David Krejci against Dion Phaneuf in the corner. Bergeron takes a poke from Tyler Bozak. Bozak jabbing away at the kick plate. Chara keeps it in, the wrist shot all the way through to Reimer with David Krejci in front looking for a deflection. Krejci returning to Bergeron's wing tonight after at least a try at center at Detroit that didn't work out too well.
David Krejci going to start on the right side tonight, play right wing. Your point is made, Jack, about playing center and what's required, really, for the most part, in the Claude Julien system to play that 200-foot game. A lot more battles in open ice and you need that stability.
Torrey Krug looking for a high slot deflection from Riley Smith. Louis Eriksson picks the puck up in the corner. Morgan Riley knocks him off balance. Eriksson fires it wide. It tickles the strings on the way past the glove side post of James Reimer. Dennis Seidenberg takes a hit from Richard Panik, goes down into the corner. Eriksson trying to help out, and Riley Smith takes it away. Eriksson trying to shovel it through Riley, who goes down on his hands and needs to make the play. Nazem Kadri struggling out of the zone, got caught up at a stick, but on they go. Louis Eriksson pokes the backhand past Riley down to the corner. Smith ties up Jake Gardner. Gardner swivels it back. Eriksson takes a swipe at the puck. Gardner in the corner. And he gives it back. Panik leaving the puck for Riley. 37 different skaters have dressed for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. Andrew McWilliam may be a new name to these. Number 57, skating deep. Chris Kelly around the boards for Max Talbot, and difficulty getting up for
just stay down.
Trevor
stay down
Smith.
Until you get it together.
I don't know if he's missing a skate. No, he's on Queer Street.
Yeah.
And
he just got absolutely rocked by Zdeno Chara. It was one of those wraparound dump-ins by Toronto. Smith's going to come down those right wing boards. And Chara is just going to get real good body contact on him along the wall. Get a look at it here.
oh,
It's a clean hit. You know, there's no charge, there's no elbow, there's no high stick. It's just a man 6'9", 270 making solid body contact. And when you're a little bit, if you're not all there, Jack, you don't have a chance to protect yourself when 200 pounds start falling towards the ice.
Yeah.
Or up against the glass.
yeah, the most horrific example of that being Kevin Stevens, that significantly altered his career in life. We hope Trevor Smith's going to be okay. Looked as if the blood was a result of just pancaking straight down to the ice. Lucic tumbles the puck into the corner. McWilliams sets the edges and administers the hit to Ryan Spooner, who's got another scoring streak going. Zach Sill gets the puck up the boards. Casey Bailey going in after Matt Bartkowski, who gives it away to David Booth. Booth to Bailey, a Penn Stater who just signed with the Leafs after the college season. McWilliam fires it wide on the stick side of Rask. Bartkowski around through the corner. Lucic has the puck tumble up off his stick, and Eric Brewer keeps it in. Now David Pastrnak takes the wraparound pass from McQuaid, has to wait at the attacking line as the Bruins are changing out.
Casey Bailey, I don't know if they had that kind of body contact in college, but on the receiving end of a hit from Bartkowski, and then he tried to initiate against McQuaid, and both times got the worst of it.
Bergeron swoops in off of Krejci's check. Leaves it for Marchand over the line. Marchand indirect back to Trotman. Thursday night's hero caroms one off a body and then off the end boards. Trotman fires toward Reimer. He makes the glove stop and will take the face-off in the Toronto zone. Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. You can find just about any statistic for a team in the National Hockey League, and Toronto's going to be in the bottom half, and about in 2/3 of them they're going to be in the bottom 5 in the league. It has been an astoundingly horrible second half for Toronto.
Yeah, and those numbers right there that you're looking at in that graphic, it paints a pretty clear picture of what this team's all about. And Jack, having been on a team in Pittsburgh pre-Mario Lemieux, I think we won 17 or 18 games on the total season. At this point in the year, I know what these players are experiencing, and I'll tell you, if you give them any reason to take a shortcut or say, hey, we can't win this game, they'll take it.
Riley Smith fires the puck through the slot. Eriksson the tap back to Krug. Smith can't deflect it down low as he was working against Morgan Riley. Soderberg backhands it around the boards. Now it's Eriksson coming out of the corner, brings it back to Seidenberg. The diagonal to Soderberg, back to Seidenberg. The tap to Soderberg, turns and fires. The double deflection, and Reimer makes the save. Smith trying to jam it to Eriksson at the post, but it didn't quite connect. Now Panik off of Seidenberg's skate up and into the protected netting. The Bruins buzzing around the blue line and then later around the net.
Yeah, and it was kind of a you have it, I'll take it, you take it, I'll have it in between Seidenberg and Soderberg. And finally, the quick turnaround shot by Soderberg gets through. The Bruins had that power eye working the front of the net. Eriksson was there. Smith was there. Smith on the retrieval, too. Try to sneak one short side right back out to Eriksson, and that just missed.
Yeah, they were saying to each other, hey, have you played every game? Yeah. You? Yeah, I have. It's a pretty small club for the Bruins. 3 games to go after tonight. McWilliams' wrist effort through the slot looking for a deflection, but Lupul, who's on a miserable streak of 26 consecutive games without a goal coming into tonight, couldn't make contact. Reimer against Kelly. Kelly knocks the puck loose. There's McWilliam with a little trouble from Chris Kelly. Gregory Campbell, a healthy scratch for the Bruins tonight. Kelly turns and fires on Reimer, and he puts the glove down to take the face-off.
The Bruins can do a lot of this tonight with just some real good forecheck, real good effort. Just outwork this Toronto team, force them to play defense at this time of the year and the way the year's gone for the Leafs. They don't want to play defense right now. You know, they'd rather just, hey, let's go chance for chance, let's play a little shinny. You know, that work ethic, the body contact, the grinding, the one-on-one battles. I'm telling you, Jack, they're not interested in playing that way. And if Boston brings that kind of effort, good things will happen.
Well, since Randy Carlyle's firing on January 6th, and credit where credit is due here, Brick said, take a look at how they've done since then. We'll get into the numbers in a minute. Lucic fires the puck into Eric Brewer's body. Brewer taps ahead for Nazem Kadri, who's been a one-man soap opera in the last month. Torrey Krug far side. The puck goes all the way through to center, past Ryan Spooner's reach. Brewer bangs it back to the Boston line. Torrey Krug, a little wiggle, goes off the boards for Pasternak, runs into Jake Gardner, but then gets it deep. It goes underneath Reimer's stick to the corner outside the trapezoid, so he can't pick it up. Kadri steals Lucic's pass, weaves around Pasternak, comes into the attacking zone. Lucic hard on the stick from behind and then shoves him down. Kadri goes sliding into Seidenberg. Pasternak across the defensive zone. Torrey Krug galloping over the spoke B. Fires it just past the ear of referee Chris Rooney. Krejci turns at the line, saucers it to Bergeron. He settles the puck, Sill with the block. Bozak gets it up, and Sill gets it out. Phil Kessel runs into Zach Trotman at the Boston line.
And the back check of Bergeron. Bergeron tried that delay, drag, snapshot. Sill stayed with it nicely. Good block.
Sill coming over from Pittsburgh in the Daniel Winnick deal. Van Riemsdyk off of Krejci from his knees. Krejci swivels it to the Toronto zone. Phaneuf turns away from Bergeron. Van Riemsdyk flips the puck off the boards. It bounces down to Trotman. Chara the diagonal. Marchand pulls up at the line, taps it in deep. Teams in the NHL do 35% better when scoring the first goal as opposed to allowing the first goal. Toronto does 51% better scoring the first goal as opposed to allowing the first goal. Not so much because they're great when scoring the first goal, but because they are terrible when they allow it. They're the second most dependent team in the league in scoring first.
Autism Awareness Day, and over 15,000 landmarks, buildings, schools, homes in more than 130 countries lit up blue, including here in Boston, the TD Garden. 1 in 68 children are diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, which is an increase of 100% in the last decade. To learn more about Autism Speaks and their mission to change the future for all who struggle with autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Jack, we all have our blue Autism Speaks pins on tonight to raise awareness, and the Bruins coaching staff has also joined the effort.
Yeah, it's a symbolic puzzle piece as we as a society try to figure it out for the families that are dealing with it every day and making some progress. Trying to look at Doug Jarvis and constantly in conversation. McWilliam almost shoves it in front of his own goal, and Tim Eriksson deflects the puck. McWilliam breaking a stick. Now here's Bartkowski steering the puck over the line, but then he sends it off Kadri's skates. Joachim Lindstrom back to Panik, looking for Kadri up the left wing wall. Smith off the end boards and rattles past McQuaid on the far side. Up to Louis Eriksson, gets a second chance to clear to center, and the puck deflects to Smith. Smith works toward Eriksson, a big hit from McWilliam. Soderberg follows, and Reimer makes the stop. And McWilliams wants to wrap up Carl Soderberg.
Well, if you're going to cut to the middle, expect some body contact. And Riley Smith can be an elusive forward. This puck's bouncing a little bit. It's out in front of him, but he settles it down just at the end. But he knows the contact's coming on the back check. It was McWilliam, the defenseman. He had to go to the bench to get a new stick. So now he's up ice. So he's got a pretty decent angle to make that body contact. But that puck's there for a follow-up. And Soderberg gets it. Let's that patented wrist shot go in stride. And Bernier had to make a pretty good save.
McWilliam spent 4 years at the University of North Dakota, which used to have the greatest logo in all of college sports until the NCAA decided they were going to get politically correct on them.
Yeah, Chicago, right?
Yeah, exactly. Boys named Sue, the opponents used to chant. Torrey Krug fires it into Leo Komarov. Now here's David Booth splitting the D. Rings one off the stick side post. The Bruins in a little bit of slop, and David Booth exploding through a seam. Chris Kelly can't get it past Booth. The puck deflects at least out of sight, if not out of play.
No, this is probably what Booth does best, and that's that straight ahead speed. You give an opportunity and he gets a stride on you, forget it. I mean, look where he started from. He was actually deeper in the zone than Seidenberg was. Seidenberg has to make a pivot in order to get back, but Booth just blows by him. He's got straight ahead speed. Nice little feed for him to skate right into it. And he tries to sneak one short side. That body language, like you're going to go high over the glove jack, and then you keep it on that short side, blocker side. Caught the outside of the post.
Jake Gardner snaps the puck and rides high on the glass, dropping down for Chara. He reverses for Krejci. His pass underneath Bergeron's stick. And Trotman back to retrieve. Nudges it over to Chara. Kessel bats the puck to Bozak. He's got Van Riemsdyk in front. He can't get the puck through the Bruins. Bergeron gets a piece of it. Now Marchand unopposed far side. Chips the puck to Krejci. Krejci off Van Riemsdyk's stick. It bounces from Marchand over the line. Brewer whacks it ahead to the red line. And Trotman throws it the length of the rink.
This point in the game, Jack, the Bruins need to get that puck just a little bit deeper. Force Toronto to have to pivot and go make plays under duress. Don't make those plays right at the blue line, because if you turn it over, you're not going to establish any kind of zone time.
Toronto is known in recent years for its defensive looseness. And the Leafs will trade chance for chance. It hasn't worked out too well. Seidenberg gets underneath Sill, stays on his edge somehow despite getting knocked off balance for a moment. Krug goes long indirect for Pasternak, catches in the backhand 3-on-1, gets it back for Spooner across the front for Lucic, and the puck goes all the way through to the boards. I don't know if it got under Lucic's stick or the puck went over it.
That puck was in the air on that one-time pass by Pasternak.
Spooner over to Chara, the wrist shot comes off a body. Trotman's shot handcuffs Reimer with Pasternak on the doorstep.
That's a great pass by Torrey Krug after a good play by Seidenberg. You mentioned the edge work. Well, he also kicks the puck to space to allow Krug to get to it, and the Bruins stretch the neutral zone, something they've done more of lately, especially with the kids with their speed. Pasternak handles that puck. They get into that triangle formation. They want to make that puck move quickly, create those 2-on-1s. Pasternak's a Spooner to Pasternak, and he wanted to get it across the Lucic, but when he one-touched it, it just took off in the curve of the stick.
Got under it a little, huh? Joffrey Lupul turns the puck off the boards. Nazem Kadri at the red line, trickles it down the left wing. Trotman takes it, wraps it around. Chara reverses. Chara off the boards. It bounces past Lupul. Smith can't keep possession as Joachim Lindstrom, journeyman forward, takes it away. Here's McWilliam. Works it up the wall. Eriksson pries the puck loose, gets it back from Soderberg, chucks it down the boards, and the Bruins go to work after getting the puck deep. Lindstrom, without too much pressure, gets the puck back and then gets the return from Erickson. Bartkowski takes the puck away after McQuaid's check in the neutral zone. Adam McQuaid, a little stutter step. There comes Brett Connolly chopping down on Reimer. Connolly turns bottom of the circle, protects the puck in his skates, gets it back to Bartkowski, but the puck gets on edge and twists over his blade.
Yeah, it was never flat. Even when Connolly was passing it, it was bouncing.
Max Talbot centering the fourth line, rips one on Reimer. He makes the left leg save. Talbot with the check on Bozak. Steers the puck to the end boards to Connolly, makes a little self-pass, goes to work against Morgan Riley. Connolly all the way out to the half boards, ships it off Riley's stick. Gardner races onto it and carries over the spoke B at center. Gives to Kessel on the right. The shot and the save by Riley. 9.5 to go in the opening period. The Bruins and Maple Leafs 0-0. Congratulations to the Reading Memorial girls hockey team. They won the first ever girls Division I state championship. The Rockets beat Acton Boxborough 3-0 on March 15th right here at TD Garden for the title. This year's class has 7 seniors graduating. Caroline Scherber, our good friend Lisa Scherber's daughter, was a freshman on this team. Congratulations to the Reading Memorial Girls Division I state champions. If the name Lisa Scherber sounds familiar, it's because you see her for 2 days, like 24 hours a day on Nesson every summer, because she runs the fun stuff for the kids at the Jimmy Fund that, at least for a day or a few days at a time, distracts them from the fact that they're fighting cancer all the time. And she is one of the most wonderful and giving people with whom we've ever had contact, and terrific for her daughter and the Reading team. Bozak, snapshot, goes off Trotman and sails high, and Tyler Bozak, Phil Kessel, and James Van Riemsdyk. That line, they've got some ugly numbers. Well, let's put it this way. You're reading from the bottom at the top, up, from the very bottom of the NHL plus-minus standings. Phil Kessel has played more games than Nail Yakupov, so you could argue that since Yakupov has sort of the reverse game in hand, he should be last. Here's Krejci on the right wing for Berger on the tip, and a save by Reimer. And well, those guys weren't on the ice, but you can look at anybody in a Toronto uniform, you're going to see a pretty ugly plus-minus, chances are.
Yeah, it's a reflection of the team and what has happened with the Maple Leafs as we get a look at this nice rush by Boston, a clean breakout. They're able to work the puck from the left wing. It's Marchand who finds Bergeron, who quickly transfers it across Krejci, and Krejci goes right back to the net, driving Bergeron for the redirect on the back end. Well-executed play. But those three players, Bozak, Kessel, and Van Riemsdyk, obviously talented guys, good players. If they were in a different situation, those numbers might be a little different, and probably are. Are they as committed to defense as they probably could be? I'd say no. But hey, you know, there's guys that score 50 in this league who were big minus players last year.
Yeah, and have found a way to contribute to the team since they're plus players. Did a pretty good look at that on Wednesday night. Pasternak at the attacking line. Gardner takes it away. David Booth gets a tremendous check from Krug, shoulder to shoulder, and Booth rattles the boards. Leo Komarov backhands it around. Jake Gardner, the defenseman, at the hash marks. This is Lindstrom coming out of the corner. Lindstrom turns to the backhand, flips it past Morgan Riley. Booth reverses the puck. Spooner skates onto it, gets a second chance, puts it in Pasternak's skates. Gardner tips it loose at the Toronto line. Both teams will get fresh legs on the ice, and that gives Jake Gardner a lot of room to skate, and that's what he does best. Rattles off a couple of skates. Lindstrom gets sandwiched between McQuaid and Bartkowski. Bartkowski looks for transition, but Smith can't handle a pass that's a little behind him. McWilliam past his own line. Kadri on the spin. Hasm Kadri, who said a human soap opera. And first he ran into trouble for sleeping late, and then he came back, played a couple of games after being scratched for 3 straight, and he elbowed ex-Bruin Matt Fraser in the head, hard enough to knock Fraser out of the lineup for 4 games, and he himself was suspended for 4 games.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what his future is in Toronto, but if you want to go back to what Brendan Shanahan said about Kadri after they suspended him, saying you know, it was almost a vote of confidence after they decided to make him sit down for a little bit, because the word was from Shanahan saying this guy's, you know, a big piece of our future. We drafted this guy. We have an investment in him. We think he's a really good player. He needs to grow up.
Bergeron cross ice off Tim Eriksson's stick. Eriksson, the son of Jan Eriksson, who was known as the Shadow. Penalty coming up against Toronto. Yep. Although I thought Marchand had the tap on it, and they ruled there was enough possession by Toronto on the little deflection that the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, stick work by McWilliam, the defenseman, in chase of Marchand. Marchand's going to try to protect that puck. Is that stick work to the middle of the body? One hand on the stick. Questionable call, but it goes in favor of Boston. Power play opportunity. It's a nice time for a power play, Jack. Everybody's into the game. There's only 7.5 minutes to go in the first period. You've had the puck. You've touched the puck. You're warm. You're ready to play. You're sharp. This is where the power play should do something effective.
The Bruins just 1 for 12 with the man advantage in the last 4+ games. Krejci with the drive goes off of Eriksson, jamming right in front of Reimer. Here's Zach Sill with a shorthanded bid. Krejci trying to come back. Sill drives one on Rask. He has to take the defensive zone faceoff. You can see Krejci compromised in that race to get back up the ice. The power play brought to you by Arbella, here for Bruins fans, here for good.
Yeah, it's a risk, and a small risk with David Krejci playing the point on the power play. It's not Dougie Hamilton back there with his skating ability. It's David Krejci who's gutting it out and trying to be a productive player, a good player on a team that's making a playoff push. He's been effective. They play him on the wing, but they use him on the point on the power play for reasons like that.
Bergeron. It deflects, and here comes David Booth streaking down the left wing again. The shot tries to go short side again. Now Booth blows an edge, and the Bruins have numbers coming up ice 3-on-2. Eriksson in the middle with Bergeron and Spooner. Spooner to the trailer. Krejci closes, and the shot goes off the back of Panik's skate. Bruins have had odd man rushes, but they haven't gotten a shot on goal out of either one of them. Brett Connolly all the way to the corner. Eriksson stacks him up. Soderberg back to Chara along the line to Riley Smith. He draws Zach Sill. Connolly to Chara, the one-timer. Soderberg tries to wrap it back in front. It goes up on the strings of the net. Chara in the final half minute of the power play. Soderberg turns off the half boards in front. Lucic stops it with a skate and jams, but Reimer makes the stop on his line. Riley Smith past Sill. Connolly to Smith. Gives to Chara at the dot into the high slot. Lucic had his stick locked down. The Bruins mounting more attacking zone time here, trying to tire out the penalty killers. Connolly the saucer pass to Lucic, high slot. Muscles it for Soderberg. The backhand right back through the slot. Sill has enough energy in his legs to get to the puck. 2 shots on goal during the power play. McWilliam jumps into the rush from Komarov. The deflected shot through Smith's stick, and Rask has to make a save. Soderberg bangs the puck off the boards. Van Riemsdyk fires it cross ice. Chara straight ahead from Marchand. Dennis Seidenberg up to the attacking line. It's offside with Marchand ahead of the puck. 5:06 to go in the first. The Bruins out shooting Toronto 11-4, but it's still 0-0.
Bruins gave up 2 shots short-handed. They also had a number of good looks with the man advantage, this probably being the best one. David Krejci taking that back pass from Spooner on the rush. The Bruins had big numbers, walked right in, tried to pick his spot. Panik, with his back to the play, had the presence of mind to get his skate in the way of the shot by Krejci. And further good looks with the second unit, or the other unit on the ice. Again, challenging Reimer. I think I called him Bernier early in the game.
Yeah, well,
Reimer.
I tweeted out a lineup that had Bernier in there, so.
Yeah, but I don't follow your Twitter. I can't use that as an excuse.
This has been a brutal winter for the Leafs and their fans. Morgan Riley off Tony Saraculo, the linesman. Bergeron at the center dive, but Riley rides him off and spins the puck off the boards into Chara's corner. It's icing.
Individual tickets and suite rentals for home games 1, 2, and 3 of round 1 of the 2015 Stanley Cup playoffs are on sale now. To secure your seat in the house, visit bostonbruins.com or use the Bruins mobile app.
Bergeron and Kadri on the face-off. Kessel jumps into the circle to steal it after Bergeron had nudged the puck back, and then Kessel jumps the line with Van Riemsdyk carrying it into the Boston zone. Is Phil Kessel on the Babe Ruth fitness program? Because he doesn't exactly look like he's, ripped for the beach, but the guy
takes all kinds to play. Takes all kinds to play this great game, Jack.
Hey, Babe Ruth hit a lot of home runs. Sure did. Struck a lot of guys out before he did that. Yeah.
Arguably the greatest player of all time.
Not going to get an argument from me. Who had more fun than him?
Exactly.
Anybody who loses a piano through the ice.
I wouldn't mind making a trip or two with him.
But that was on the train. Kadri in front to Lindstrom, but Seidenberg clamps down and shoves him all the way to the end boards. Patty Smith gives him a little shove, and Torrey Krug finds skating room. 3-on-3 up ice. He tosses it off the boards. Louis Eriksson right on Reimer. He steers it to the far side. Riley Smith gets caught up in Lindstrom's stick, and Kadri brings it towards Seidenberg. Pulls the puck back, loses an edge, swipes it from his belly down the boards, but Boston gets possession back. Toronto wants a change. Soderberg ahead of the change. Pulls up, fires on Reimer, and he'll take the face-off with 3:48 to go in the first.
Another good pass by Krug, long distance. Seeing more and more of that, Jack. We mentioned that earlier in this period. That led to that 3-on-1 with the Spooner line, and then again stretching the neutral zone. After Seidenberg goes D-to-D behind the net, Krug with his eyes up, head up. See Soderberg stretching the ice out in the neutral zone, indirect.
McQuaid's wrist shot with Pastrnak screening, and Reimer makes a stop.
Yeah, good face-off win, a good motion to the net. Pastrnak using his elusiveness and his speed nearly got there in time for a redirect, maybe even a screen.
Sill wins the draw against Spooner. Gardner for Lupul. Lucic hunting the puck. Sill one-hands it off the boards past Bartkowski. McQuaid hops on it with Komarov chasing him. McQuaid guns it off the boards. It drops right in front of Jake Gardner to Morgan Riley. Gardner straight out of his own zone as the Bruins congest the neutral zone. And he'll try to regroup his diagonal off with Pasternak's stick. McQuaid for Spooner, spins it to Pastrnak. Spooner picks it up, looks for Pastrnak at the dot, turns and fires, and it goes off Reimer's stick over the bar and drops. Lucic deflects back to McQuaid. The kids are so creative. They're willing to take some risks in the attacking zone. Bartkowski shot, glove save, Reimer. Pastrnak wheels it on Reimer. And once again, Pastrnak and Spooner with creativity and daring make things happen in the attacking zone.
It wasn't clean coming into the zone. The play was kind of a broken play in the neutral zone, but they stayed with it with their quickness. Pastrnak was able to retrieve the puck. He takes a bad angle shot, but it has the element of surprise, and Reimer just gets a piece of it, and Lucic is able to hunt the puck down, and a heads-up play by McQuaid to go back down the wall. All about possession. Nice back diagonal from Spooner, the wrist shot by Bartkowski, the traffic in front, and the rebound chance again for Pastrnak, and Reimer got that one.
Dion Phaneuf, whose name has not been mentioned a whole lot of time. Getting it up ice. Brett Connolly, and there's Phaneuf announcing himself with a big hit just outside the Toronto line. Seidenberg has to wait for Kelly to clear. He does, and then shoves the puck deep. Phaneuf holds on the end boards. Booth handles the pass nicely as it was in the air. Seidenberg goes to his hands and knees to try to keep the puck in the zone. Brewer, D-to-D to Phaneuf.
Kadri's going to go, Jack. Came from the blind side on Seidenberg. After Seidenberg dumped the puck in, he still has his back to him, and Kadri finishes the check, and you just can't do it. And the Bruins have just had a shift at 5-on-5 where they had 3 shots minimum. Here comes Kadri, right side of your screen, on the hit from behind. I mean, it's not a vicious hit, but clearly interference. He'll go to the box. And again, we mentioned the 2 shots that the Bruins gave up in the shorthand. That's 2 of the 5 total that Toronto has in this period. The Bruins back on the power play, looking to take the lead. And as you pointed out, the numbers suggest you want the lead against Toronto.
Komarov off Bergeron's stick. The puck hits the end glass. Eric Brewer, the self pass. Louis Eriksson tries to shut down the space. And there's Krug with the behind-the-leg mule kick to get the puck forward to Eriksson. Spooner back to Krejci. Here's Krug closing the drive. Goes off Brewer, comes right back to Krug. Middle of the line, Krejci holds, gets a past Bozak's stick. Krug to Spooner to Krejci. The blast and a save by Reimer. Spooner on the half boards, working it around Komarov. Bergeron, the bumper, doesn't get much on it, and Komarov's able to make the clear. Brewer wants to change out. Krejci gains the line. Gives it back off the boards. A nice reach by Eriksson to keep possession of the puck. Gives to Ryan Spooner, and Krejci goes back to the middle of the blue line. The Bruins set up. Krejci draws Komarov's attention. Spooner to Bergeron, the one-timer, and a save by Reimer.
Pretty much doing what you want here with this man advantage. The only time you turn the puck over when you try to use the bumper to Bergeron. It just wasn't clean between he and Spooner, but a heads-up play by David Krejci to just quickly re-attack, get back into the offensive zone. Don't allow the penalty killers to change out except for maybe one or two guys. And they got a pretty good shot from the point on a one-timer by Krejci. Then they got a good slot shot from Bergeron with Eriksson working the front of the net.
Chara off Sill. Sill races up the wing. He had a shorthanded bid last power play for Boston, and he wraps one around. Rask makes the stick stop. The league average is 37 power play goals allowed. Toronto has allowed 49. Panik, a blind play right to Chara. The blast goes into McWilliam, and that stung. You don't see many shots like that in college. There's another one, and that shatters Panik's stick. Final minute of the first period. The Bruins playing 4-on-3.5. Lucic this shot. That rattles down, and Booth is able to find it and clear the puck.
Bruins got to do a better job of getting shots through. They're allowing for too many shot blocks. Pretty good commitment by Toronto.
Half a minute to go in the first. Marchand goes around Phaneuf, looks in front, and Brewer slides to block the pass. Kelly cuts off the angle. Marchand to the corner. Two shots during the power play. Kadri's out of the box. Kelly off the boards. Marchand scoops it back to Krug to Seidenberg. The shot goes just past the stick side post of Reimer. In the final 10 seconds now, Eric Brewer scoops it up to center. Kadri knocks it down for Phaneuf. And the siren sounds to end the opening 20 minutes. The Bruins with 19 shots on goal to equal their season first period high. But again, it's no goals to show for it.
And the approach for Boston here in between the first and second period is we did a lot of good things that period, but it all starts with our layers defensively. Let's not get into bad habits playing against bad teams. Let's have our layers defensively. Let's take away the middle of the ice. We'll generate offense off of that. Don't get frustrated. You had 19 shots and no goals. Play that way for 60 minutes. You win a hockey game.
Well, Dale, the Bruins had everything except the finish. It seems to be a problem that's been a thorn in their side most of the year. The Bruins had the puck in Toronto's zone 11 minutes and 5 seconds of the first 20 minutes played, but it's still 0-0 as we head toward the second period. Alongside Andy Brickley with Garrett Austin at ice level. And our NESN production crew, I'm Jack Edwards. Let's check out the road ahead, brought to you by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. Visit sullivantire.com/road ahead. This is the Bruins' final home game of the regular season. NBC takes the game from us on Wednesday, and after that game, the Bruins fly directly to Florida. They'll play the Panthers, who are playing to stay mathematically in the playoff hunt tonight. That game will be Thursday at 7:30 on NESN, and then we have the season finale Saturday at Tampa Bay. And who knows? It could come right down to that very final game. The game summary is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. And if there's any doubt who the player of this game is so far, it's James Reimer, who has been challenged, who has given up a couple of rebounds, but who has made 19 saves while finding his zone under siege in the first period. Peter Horacek came up with undoubtedly the NHL quote of the year 10th of February, after a 5-4 loss at home against the Rangers, in which Kessel was -4, Bozak was -3, Van Riemsdyk was -3, a combined 1 assist by the entire line by Bozak and a -10. He said, quote, "The give a bleep meter has to be higher." Except he didn't say bleep. And from that moment on, Toronto hasn't gotten any better. So you decide. It's all about focus for the Bruins and finding a way. Eric Brewer back to retrieve, and Brad Marchand immediately trying to limit his space. Patrice Bergeron fires cross corner. Krejci takes the long bounce off the wall and wrists it down. Marchand for Bergeron. The shot trickles through, but enough. A rebound and a score. Bergeron from in close. 19 seconds into the second period. Rick, they stuck with it, and they stuck it in.
Well, the best thing they can do here in the second period, Jack, is force Toronto to have to play some defense in the first 5-10 minutes of the period, because they will fold if you put pressure on them. Because of the season that they had, where they are in the standings, the way things have gone, if the Bruins spend more and more time in the offensive zone, they're going to be rewarded with goals like this. It's just a simple shot. Reimer's saved. His rhythm is thrown off because it's a bit of a change-up initially. And then Bergeron able to follow that up. When you have a chance to bury one, that's the way you want to bury it. Hard and right under the bar.
Bergeron ties Brad Marchand for the team lead with his 22nd goal of the season. Soderberg with a steal out at the line. Riley Smith looking for Soderberg at the dot. The pass at his feet. Smith turns and fires. And Gardner blocks it with a stick. Double deflection. Eriksson trying to snap the rebound past Reimer. But Reimer makes a couple of stops in quick succession.
Jack, I know there's still 19 minutes to go in period 2, but doesn't it look like Toronto's on the ropes right now?
Yeah.
And Boston's trying to take advantage of it. After the Bergeron goal, the follow-up shift by the Soderberg line is more pressure, is more pucks. There's a puck that gets knocked down. I'm not sure if that hit Riley or if it was Soderberg that got a piece of it on the shot by Riley Smith, but it changed directions down, almost went through and underneath Reimer. And then there was a rebound chance there briefly.
Rick, this is the 50th time Toronto has allowed the first goal. This game's 79 for the Leafs. That's the worst in the league. The Leafs are 9-37-3 when allowing the first goal. That's a points percentage of .214. That's 29th out of 30 teams in the league. They have just 21 points after allowing the first goal. That's 28th in the league. So safe to say, if the Bruins can get the next one, as you were saying, they almost seem to have them on the ropes a minute into the second period. Connolly a little slow to get up after a neutral zone collision. They might be able to put the first nail in it right here.
I mean, certainly that's the sense. That's the feeling you have. And I love that follow-up shift by the Soderberg line after Bergeron gave him the lead. That's what you're looking to do. Keep the pressure on this Leafs team.
Jake Gardner trying to steer it away from Pastrnak in the corner. Lucic to Pastrnak. Kessel cross ice. Tyler Bozak draws it wide, and Trotman sweeps it off his stick. Gets body position underneath him. Pastrnak gives the puck away to Kessel, but he can't do much with a centering attempt. Spooner. And Riemsdyk intercepts, hoists the backhand into Kessel's skates, and directs it past the penalty bench door.
And this is what we're talking about. The Kessel line on the ice. Spooner tries to make a little backhand pass in the neutral zone. Don't turn it over there. They can't handle it if you dump it below the goal line.
Kessel going upstairs on Raspet. He makes the save. Trotman shot right past Spooner on the rebound. Spooner snapped at the puck, but it wiggled away from his reach. Marchand shields and then gets checked by Brewer from one side. Kessel takes it away on the other. Bergeron intercepts Kessel's pass, but bangs the puck off the boards. Trotman cowboys up on the wall so the Bruins don't get a too many men on the ice penalty. Marchand cross ice. Komarov deflects the puck off the far side. Now Bozak lugs it out. Backhands, but Bergeron's in the way and knocks it down. Bergeron, by the way, not playing with a full mask, which he could have used after taking 30 stitches 2 nights ago. Bergeron to Smith, shields the puck away from Bailey. Bailey, the Penn Stater, working against Smith. He nudges to Marchand. Marchand comes off the half boards, comes all the way out to the blue line. Now gets to Bartkowski. Bartkowski in front for Smith, but it goes off the heel of the blade. The Bruins with more attacking zone time. Marchand deflects McQuaid's wrist shot down. Kadri stabs it up the boards. It's Bartkowski to the end wall. McWilliam around through the corner past Komarov. Soderberg pinches down. Bartkowski holding it. The backhand comes all the way through the crease. The Bruins putting the Leafs in a torture chamber here. McQuaid's drive goes off Kadri, off the glass. Comes down to Casey Bailey. Bailey up into the Boston zone. Goes for the wrist shot. Rask makes a blocker stop and pops up into the circle. McQuaid in the corner against Joachim Lindstrom. Kadri pulls the puck out of the air. McQuaid bats at it to get control. And Bartkowski will turn it back to his deep pair. Erickson up to the red line. Jake Gardiner intercepts. Comes wing to Riley. The defenseman pulls up at the hash marks, blows an edge. And here's Lindstrom holding. Turns to the forehand right in front. Sill pops it up, but the puck comes back to the dot. Soderberg gives to Bartkowski. There's an open side of the ice. Bartkowski wrists it out to center. Not near any teammate. Now Riley turns back inside his own zone. Max Talbot hunting the puck against Jake Gardiner. The Bruins changing out man by man.
Well, when the Bruins had that great offensive zone time and just kind of doing whatever they wanted in the offensive zone, and you look the way Toronto defended, you didn't know if they were playing kind of a box-and-one, man-on-man zone. What were they doing?
Here's Kessel. Cross ice looking for Panik. Panik around through the corner. Kessel holds. Chips it over to Erickson. Double deflection. Kelly finds it first. Talbot laterally for Brett Connolly. Connolly nudges it over the red line past Erickson. Down in deep. Talbot with a bruising check on Andrew McWilliam. McWilliam tries to pin the puck to the boards. Erickson to Bozak to Kessel. He finds Van Riemsdyk. James Van Riemsdyk crisscross behind Bozak, rifles one over the stick side of Rask, and it hits back glass. Lucic, the nudge to Spooner. Spooner speeds to the red line, but Bozak with good back pressure takes it away. Van Riemsdyk takes Brewer's past Kessel. One touch, but Bozak can't pick it up. Spooner wants transition. It's 3-on-3. He gets to the red line, wrists it around the boards. Lucic against Phaneuf, and the puck rolls down to Brewer. Brewer hammers it through both corners. Now Booth working backward in his own zone. Bozak leads for Kessel on the off wing. Pulls up against Pasternak. Booth whiffs on the backhand. Taps back to Brewer. He throws it through Phaneuf's tip. And Rask makes a stop. Booth on the wraparound right in front. Lupel denied. And the 26-game scoring drought continues into game 27. Spooner's drive saved Reimer. The rebound not there for Krug as Reimer rakes the puck back to his trapper. 13.5 to go in the second. The Bruins are on the board at last.
9 shots in the game so far for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And this one right here probably the best opportunity because it's in the blue paint, and Lupel's a pretty good goal scorer, but the Bruins do enough defensively. Krug gets a stick in the way. Tuukka Rask has that left pad perfectly positioned. Lupel tried to chip it up and over, but couldn't do it. The Bruins continue to lead this game 1-0.
Yeah, 2 or fewer. That's the number that teams keep track of when they think they're playing well defensively. Bartkowski wrists it, and it goes off a couple of legs. Erickson, the hard pass for Soderberg, and it bounces off his stick. Panik wins the race to the puck. Off the end boards for Lindstrom. Lindstrom feeds it up the slot, and Erickson was expecting it all the way. Erickson cuts wide of Phaneuf. Panik finishes his check as he is wont to do. Soderberg on the far side. Kadri throws the shoulder into him. Soderberg shields the puck. Gives it back to McQuaid along the line. Bartkowski keeps it in. On edge. Drives it off Panik's ankle, and then it twists to the corner. The puck, not the ankle. Bartkowski Sinks back into his own zone. McQuaid indirect Bergeron. Marchand with the net drive. Bergeron can't get it through. Brewer, who left his skates at just the right moment. And Riemsdyk, a nice twist of the wrists to get the puck to Kadri. Kadri loses possession at the Boston line. Zdeno Chara around James Van Riemsdyk's reach. At Marchand to Krejci on the cut. On the off wing, leaves it behind himself. Now Marchand nudging the puck down to the corner. Krejci off Morgan Riley's skates. Kessel picks up the puck and works away from Chara. What a shock. Kessel, top of the circle. Off of Bergeron's skates. Bozak takes the puck down to the corner. Bergeron takes it away for the second time, and now here's Van Riemsdyk with a chance. His little chip attempt goes off a leg and wide. Zach Trotman. Van Riemsdyk through the legs, and Chara takes the pass away. Chara up to the red line, dumps it in deep. The Bruins will get a change. Brett Connolly, the front man on the forecheck. TD Garden pretty quiet as the Bruins are out shooting Toronto 26-9, but perhaps a little bit of hesitancy to commit fully emotionally from the crowd, because Toronto does, as Brick said, have a lot of weapons. One little mistake, and the Bruins have not exactly been rock solid in their own zone tonight. This game could be tied.
Yeah, you got the Bozak line. He's in the middle with Van Riemsdyk and Kessel. Kadri can be a pretty good player. Panik's got some decent speed. So there's some guys that can hurt you. We saw Booth with his good speed. Lupul can finish when he's interested in playing, and a guy that, you know, feels it offensively, and he's got the rhythm of the offense going. But right now, if you keep playing the body and keep getting the puck deep and keep having the back pressure, Toronto will have a hard time fighting through it.
Zach Still wing to wing, gives it ahead of Casey Bailey. Bailey trying to swim around Barkowski. Barkowski hits the shoulder on him. Puck battle on the end boards. Bailey keeps kicking it along. Barkowski gives him a shove. Bailey stays on his skates, kicks it through the corner. Talbot off from Kadri's skates. Now Connolly works it up. Bailey and behind the plate, Komarov and McQuaid. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Not sure Komarov knows how to defend himself against a man who can punch his fist right through a guy's head. Barkowski turns his goal. Lucic gains the line. Seidenberg off the boards. Spooner on the bouncing puck. Brewer tries to staple him in. Spooner nudges the puck loose but can't get through Brewer. Eric Brewer's 16th season in the NHL. He knows just about every trick. Rask has to be patient to wait for the puck to get to a place where he can play it. And he'll take the draw. A special Berkshire Bank rewind when we come back after this short break.
President and CEO of Berkshire Bank, America's most exciting bank, announced this year's winner. Jerry Nolan and his wife, Linda. Jerry and Linda received $12,000 to pay their mortgage for a year. Life is exciting. Let Berkshire Bank help. Had a chance to visit with them, Jack, during the pregame show, and Linda knew she was getting tickets to the game. And then when she saw that $12,000 check, she was pretty emotional.
Bam. Hey, I cry at movies. I'd get emotional. That's good stuff. 9:44 to go in the second. Toronto's hanging around despite getting outshot by an almost 3-to-1 ratio. Bergeron from Marchand and Krejci on a second chance goal just 19 seconds into the second period. Zach Trotman bounces it all the way up to center ice. Krejci on a high bounce knocked it down, but the Bruins can't do anything with it. Here's Van Riemsdyk, the wrist shot, and an easy stop for Rask. High off corner glass. Marchand and Bozak wrestle for the puck. Bergeron gets in the mix. Van Riemsdyk pulls it back, snaps it to the left side of the blue line to Brewer. High slot tip, but only Chara is there to punch it all the way down the ice. Brewer gives to Kessel. Kessel's got some space, but Chara's on that side. Kessel with a shift, fires it on Rask, and he'll take the face-off in the Boston end.
Well, Bergeron wants to chase the puck, pursue the puck. He goes behind the net, and Brewer's going to step out, but the problem was in the neutral zone. Marchand tries to attack the puck. Now Kessel's open, and that's not what you want to give up. And as a result, there's an offensive zone time and a rush by the Leafs, and it's going to lead to a holding call to David Krejci, shaking his head. Can't believe it's an actual hold on this play, but he'll make his way to the box. This is where Toronto feels like they can get in the game.
Yeah. Boston's allowed 2 power play goals in the last 2 games after killing 12 straight shorthanded situations in a 6-game span.
Boston penalty number 46, David Krejci, 2 minutes.
And one thing that is above average for Toronto is power play goal production. 45 of the year for the Leafs. Chara takes the puck out of the slot, tries to rip it around through Lupul, but Lindstrom past Lupul. Eriksson stabs it to Lupul in the corner. He nudges along for Lindstrom. Lindstrom has Kadri on the half wall on his side. Now Kadri goes middle, takes the short pass, turns right around the edge of the circle. Kadri looking low for Lindstrom. Chara got a piece of the puck. Lindstrom loses possession. Eriksson can't clear. Here's Louis Eriksson off Chris Kelly's deflected pass as Eriksson tried to get it middle of the zone. Gardner gives it to Lindstrom. Halfway through the penalty kill for the Bruins. Lupul and Bergeron. Lupul whacks the backhand back to Gardner to the middle of the line. Gives to Bozak. Bozak working on Bergeron's corner of the penalty-killing box. Gardner gives it over to Eriksson. McQuaid down to a knee to block the centering pass. Lupul picks it up. Marchand takes it away. 2-on-3 up ice. Marchand spins Gardner. Marchand looking for Bergeron in the middle, but Bozak gets a skate on the centering pass.
Nice play by Marchand. He knew the body contact was going to come, and he was able to just take a piece of it and not even really lose any speed on that move to the inside.
Final 20 seconds of the power play. Phil Kessel fires it off to James Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk tosses the backhand through Phaneuf all the way back to center. Bozak, the leading power play goal scorer for Toronto with 12. Van Riemsdyk has 9. Kessel has 8. One shot on goal during the power play. Krejci's back out of the box for Boston. Here's Van Riemsdyk to the hash marks. Fires it right through the goal mouth, but it comes all the way out off the corner boards.
Time for a good 5-on-5 shift for Boston. Reestablish what you had going early in the second period.
Chara the diagonal to Pastrnak. His shot and a save by Reimer as he's flicked out the right flipper. Andrew William around to the hash marks near side. Side foot clamps down on Panik. Here's Lucic to Pastrnak. A shoulder fake, the shot, and a save by Reimer.
Score priority access for the 2015-16 Bruins game plans by placing a deposit. Bruins game plan holders for next season will have access to purchase 2016 Bridgestone NHL Winter Classic ticket packages, receive the same location for all games, be able to purchase regular season tickets before the general public, and more. To secure your game plan, visit bostonbruins.com/gameplans.
6.5 to go in the second. Komarov and Spooner on the faceoff. Lucic tries to tap the puck to the corner. Brewer can't stick a fork in it. Lucic past Pastrnak and Komarov. William on the end board, snaps the backhand past the Zamboni doors. Panik turns it out to the center circle, and the Bruins get possession back. It's offside as Spooner hadn't cleared the zone when Pastrnak carried in.
The TD Bank Community Clubhouse and the Boston Bruins would like to welcome Big Brothers Big Sisters of Cape Cod Islands to tonight's game. At TD Bank, they're committed to supporting the communities we serve by making a difference together.
Well, Rick, you talked about having a good 5-on-5 shift. The Bruins responded pretty well. Toronto is now minus 33 in 5-on-5 goal differential. I don't know if that knocks the Leafs farther down the ladder, but they started the night ranked 26th out of 30 teams in 5-on-5 goal differential. Bartkowski tumbles one down to the corner. Brewer back after. Riley Smith puts the body on him. William holds the Bruins at bay while Brewer turns the net. Komarov. Pass a little behind Panik. He does well to deflect the puck into Bartkowski's corner. Bartkowski plays the man all the way. Komarov runs a little nice interference on Soderberg, but Soderberg fights through the traffic. tipped the puck forward to Erickson. McQuaid onto the right side. Smith gets a piece of the puck, and I thought they signaled no icing, but apparently he did. So it is icing.
That's a pretty good battle by Bartkowski initially on that chip and chase by Toronto. Pawnee came down the wall, so you had body contact, good support, good layers, work the puck, win the battle, and then use that weak side defense for jumping into the play. All good, except McQuaid's pass to Smith. Smith didn't get a piece of it. Now you got another defensive zone draw.
Bozak wins it to Gardner, to Riley. The shot, save, and it's in. You had the feeling that all it was going to take was one little spark and the keg could blow up. And it's happened to the Bruins, who've been dominating Toronto, but find themselves in a 1-1 tie with 5.5 to go in the second. James Van Riemsdyk evens it up.
It's just another test for Boston. They've been tested all year. They'll be tested again. We just pointed out the icing after they did a number of good things. But when you don't touch the puck, and you're not beyond the red line, and you got to do the job defensively. They lose the draw, and Toronto gets a real good break. The blocker stopped by Rask, tries to punch it out, but it hits Van Riemsdyk. He goes behind Rask. It looked like McQuaid got a piece of it in behind him, but then back off Rask and in.
Well, well, well. In a season in which nothing has been easy, and things at times have seemed unnecessarily difficult, the Bruins have a little bit of both right now. Trotman's wrist shot off Brewer's stick up into the protective netting to the left of James Reimer. James Van Riemsdyk with his team-leading 26.
Tonight's Scion TC Mobile Bruins poll is, which Bruin great would you most want a shirt off or back from? Reply A for Ray Bourque, B for Cam Neely, C for Bobby Orr, or D for someone else. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. Text help for info and visit NESN.com/terms for terms and conditions and privacy policy. Mine would be the Chief, number 9, Johnny Busick. Jack Breck, what are your picks?
Yeah. You know, what a great moment before the game as the Bruins players led by Zdeno Chara and all the alternate captains came onto the ice and presented Johnny Busick with a double-sided frame with a gold Bruins sweater with his retired number 9 on it, commemorating his 58 years of loyal service to this franchise. He's just one of the all-time greats in the sport of hockey, and through part of the family and the franchise and the definition of what it is to be a Bruin. Marchand brings it back to Seidenberg, to Bergeron. Off of Lindstrom's skates. And now Kadri has the puck at the red line, tosses the backhand cross ice. Torrey Krug curling away from Joachim Lindstrom, and ill-aimed pass. Here's Lindstrom, the shot and the save by Rask. And the Bruins are not only playing with fire, they're juggling nitroglycerin at the same time.
Just a miscommunication between Krug and Seidenberg, but you classify it as just a miscommunication, but it's a quality scoring chance for Lindstrom.
By the way, Ottawa's beating Washington 3-1. Ottawa still has the game in hand on the Bruins and is 3 points back. If the Bruins let this one get away against Toronto while Ottawa's winning, all of a sudden that game in hand could mean the difference of making the playoffs or not. Connolly scooting around to the backhand, around foot up, brings it back to Trotman. His cannon shot shatters Kelly's stick. Trotman's got a tremendously hard shot. Connolly's wrist shot, a blocker save by Ryan. Bruins coaching staff wants Trotman to find the lane to shoot more, to work himself in a position where he can get it on goal. In the AHL, he really contributed on the power play for Providence. Kelly turns and fires, and it trickles wide off the deflection.
Yeah, it looked like Connolly had a little bat that puck out of midair and just missed on the glove side.
Bozak can't get into the zone. Lucic leaves it off. The drive and a juicy rebound. Pastrnak hammering Spooners, one-timer wide. Van Riemsdyk trying to split the D. McQuaid locks up, but Van Riemsdyk fights off of it. Van Riemsdyk, an excellent power forward, pulls the puck through the corner and then leaves it there. Chara takes the hit from Komarov and goes D to D to McQuaid. His pass gets past Lupul and Pastrnak, and it'll be icing against Boston.
Yeah, and it was the icing that hurt them on the tying goal by Van Riemsdyk, but opportunities in both directions. This is that miscommunication between Krug and Seidenberg. Seidenberg's trying to slide over to the left side. Krug wanted him to go over to that face-off dot for a D-to-D pass and a little possession. Nice change by Boston. Lucic comes on the ice, drop pass for Spooner. Spooner's trying to beat Reimer, but beat him in a spot that if you don't beat him, there's a rebound opportunity. Came right to Pasternak, who missed the net.
Riley's wrist shot hits the pile and Rask finds it. Well, since the Toronto goal, the Maple Leafs have outshot the Bruins 10-9. Oh, pardon me, since the Boston goal. I misread the notes from our stats guy. It's my fault.
Yeah, and that was almost a replay of how they tied the game.
Yep.
Icing, win an offensive zone faceoff, D-to-D shot on goal.
The Bruins hope to be making playoff plans a week from tomorrow. Any hockey fan can tell you what Toronto's going to be doing a week from tomorrow. Reaching for the sunscreen. The Bruins need the 2 points tonight. Connolly bats the puck forward. It's a hand pass to Krug. And the faceoff will come in the neutral zone. Forrest trivia question. Who was the last Bruins player to be named Rookie of the Year in the NHL? Visit NESN.com/TheFours for the answer and enter to win a $50 gift certificate that can be used at the Fours Restaurant and Sports Bar in Boston, Quincy, or Norwell.
I saw a former Calder Trophy winner for the Bruins in Detroit the other night.
Yes.
Doing a little scouting for Carolina.
Yes. And isn't there some Milan Lucic obscure connection to
There is.
that Calder Trophy winner? Carl Soderberg tries to flick the puck in deep, but he ends up tossing it over the dasher into the Boston bench. 2:02 to go, second period. So it's an unsettling time for the Boston Bruins, Brick. And is it just a simple matter of bearing down, playing the 5-on-5 game that they played in the first period when they had 11 minutes of attacking zone time?
I don't feel the concern, if that's what you're asking me. I don't. I think Boston's in control of this hockey game right now. And even though Van Riemsdyk gets the good bounce and ties the game, and people get a little nervous, they start to sit on their hands, I still think this is Boston's game. I think they're in control. They just got to do more of the good habits. You know, they gave them such a dominant first period and the lead early in the second.
No doubt. But the Bruins' chronic inability to finish this year has to haunt a little bit. Krug with a forearm shiver that stands up Zach Sill. Seidenberg indirect for Krejci. Riley back, fans on the first attempt to get it to center. Now throws it ahead. And all the way ahead of the pack, it's Bailey. Krug hammers away at his skates. Sill goes in to try to help out, but Seidenberg wins the puck battle. Krug sends it forward to Kelly, working the wing, the drive, and a glove saved by Reimer. Chris Kelly riding a streak of 23 games coming into tonight without his last goal.
Well, he gets some open ice up this left wing, and it's a nice play where you use that weak side defenseman in Krug, who passes the puck as well as anybody on this Bruins club, especially from the back end, delivers a pass in stride on the tape, allows Kelly to generate some speed coming in, get inside that tops of the circle. I didn't know if he was trying to go under the glove or over the glove.
After Bozak's faceoff win, Brewer goes north and south looking for Van Riemsdyk. It doesn't connect, and it's icing. So now maybe Boston can feed Toronto a little of its own medicine.
Yeah, and what you draw on right now, Jack, too, if you're the Boston Bruins, is, you know, the ways that you've been able to win hockey games. You know, they expected, even though this is Toronto, I mean, the expectation is that every game from here on out is going to be tough. You know, teams want to be spoilers if they're not in the playoff structure. Guys are fighting for jobs, etc. But, you know, if you can get that physical dominance of a team where you make them play defense in their own zone, it's gonna pay off in the long run. And you got to have that mentality, whatever it takes to win.
Unfair drop, or somebody touched the puck illegally. Not sure of the exact call here, but they're going to do it again without throwing a center out. Do you have a guess?
Yeah, the linesman explaining to Patrice Bergeron that it was an unfair drop, and I'm not sure why, though.
Phaneuf taps over to Kessel. Kessel spoons the puck forward. Van Riemsdyk. Bergeron right on him, taking the space away. Final minute of the second period. Bruins scored early in the second, but Toronto has answered. Soderberg cycles it for Eriksson. Eriksson has Smith at the bottom of the circle. Riley Smith turns and shoots it through Phaneuf's legs. Kessel leaves the puck for Brewer. He gives it up the wall. Bozak chops it through center, and McQuaid will go back to retrieve. Riley Smith, the diagonal up to the Boston line. Soderberg tries to go forehand, backhand, but can't do anything with the backhand side of it. Chara up ahead for Eriksson. He redirects it to the corner. Smith, the front man. Morgan Riley gets it to Jake Gardner. Gardner, the long diagonal to Booth on the pivot against Seidenberg. Goes around the goal and tries to give it to Lindstrom, but Lucic reads the play. Spooner up ice in the final 10 seconds with Pastrnak. Spooner on the spin, the backhand to the top of the crease. It went off of Riley and Pastrnak. Luke's got to hurry. The puck hops over his stick. The siren sounds, and it's 1-1 after 40 minutes.
Well, one thing we've learned about this Bruins team, Jag, nothing easy this year. One more challenge. They've been in this situation almost seems like every game now where the third period matters, and it's going to matter again tonight.
You want easy? Not going to happen in this building, Dale. England Audi dealers. 1,436 regular season games, 545 goals, more than any left wing ever to play the game at the time that he retired. 794 assists. The Chief, Johnny Busick, honored by the Bruins for 58 years of service to the hockey community and to this club. Moments ago, Brick tried to figure things out with Bruins assistant coach Joe Sacco.
Joe, what's the pulse of the team right now? Do you feel like you're in control of this hockey game, or is it just another one of those 1-1, just got to win it in the third?
Well, I think we felt like we were in control after the first. I think maybe it turned a little bit towards the second period there. And, you know, right now it's just about finding a way to get the job done here. I'd like to see us establish our forecheck again. I thought in the second period, our first guy wasn't getting in there quite quick enough. And then our second guy, we need that quick man support from our second guy.
A lot of times you guys talk about your offense generates from your great layers defensively. You getting enough of that tonight?
At times, yeah. I mean, at times I think that we're doing a pretty good job as far as, you know, how we're defending in our own end zone. Obviously, the one goal was off a face-off. We didn't do a good enough job in front of our net. But, you know, we knew this game wasn't going to be easy. So we just got to go in there, dig in, find a way, and really stay resilient in this third period.
Well, you guys have been great at finding ways to win hockey games. So good luck again here in the third period.
Okay, thanks.
Game summary brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Tell you what John, the Chief Busick would do. He'd go right to the net. He'd roof a rebound. Try getting that guy out of the crease. I mean, he must have scored 300 of the greasiest, ugliest goals. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Here's Van Riemsdyk knocking the puck into the slot. Bozak turns and wheels the backhand. Now Krejci comes out of the zone, and Bozak right in front of the referee grabs dropping stick, and on they go. Krejci throws the puck down the slot. Kessel brings it up ice. He's got Bozak on the right. Pulls up onto the wing. Chara steals the pass. Accelerates the backhand, but Gardner sees it coming, and Marchand was flying in the zone. Dropping off the end boards. Chara has to turn back as Van Riemsdyk is between Soderberg and Chara. Now Soderberg sends the puck deep. Gardner. Riley to Lindstrom. It's an easy out for Toronto. Lindstrom out of the wing. Panik, the cutback, looking for Kadri through the seam. Kadri holds in the corner. Can't wrist it through McQuaid, who gives him a couple of rough bumps. Joachim Lindstrom trying to scoot around, hold his edge. Snaps it right through the crease. Morgan Riley down to the hash marks. Kadri gets it back. Gardner's drive goes wide. Riley fishing for the puck. Eriksson gets knocked down as Kadri gives him a shove-off bounce from behind, and it's more attacking zone time for Toronto. Lindstrom in a battle with Eriksson. Eriksson wins the puck away. Riley Smith 2-on-2 with Eriksson. Eriksson flips the backhand to the end boards past McWilliam. Spooner Off of Lindstrom's legs. Lindstrom's had a pretty good start to the third period. Toronto spent most of the first 2 minutes in the Boston end. David Pastrnak runs out of space. Komarov reaches forward, gets a piece of the puck. There's Komarov from Lupul. Pastrnak tries to steal it right back. Komarov spins it out to center. Seidenberg diagonally from Lucic. Flips the backhand past Fono. Brewer cranks it around through the corner. Seidenberg gets the Pastrnak, runs into Komarov's check. And David Booth skates it out. One hands it past Seidenberg off the boards. Pastrnak loses the battle to Komarov, who shoots near side. And Rask has to hold the post. Ryan Spooner off Gardner. Pastrnak trying to get through him. Pastrnak through the corner under Bergeron's forehand. Chara uses the huge reach to keep the puck in the line. Has to dump it to space. Bergeron with a stick lift on Lupul, but still gets it out to center. Now it's Booth interrupted at the Boston line. Trotman holds the puck. Toronto gets fresh legs on the ice. Krejci wants to regroup, and the Bruins need a good couple of minutes of 5-on-5 play here. Bergeron over the line. That hits the legs of Panik. Panik gloves it down. He's got Riley, the defenseman, jumping up on the right. Riley can fly. Hits the brakes at the hash marks. Chara stick checks the puck away, and here's Marchand. Marchand turns Bailey, who's a winger. Marchand curling and dragging. Gardner steps in and knocks Marchand off his skates with an excellent body check. Trotman gets a shot from Sill, keeping it in the zone. Bergeron slides it over to Seidenberg. Krejci catches it on the forehand. Takes it past the bottom of the circle, finds McQuaid fresh off the Boston bench. McQuaid tries to wrist it past Panik, but it hits his shin guard. Gardner down in the corner. Bergeron loses his stick. Bergeron tries to glove it forward. Apparently it went off a skate or a stick or something. Riley spins one like a coin. And here's Seidenberg back to the red line. The Serpentine route in the attacking zone. He gets it to the end boards. Max Talbot picks it up. Works on the backhand around Eriksson. To Kelly, the shot. Save pop-up rebound. Connolly mucking in front against McWilliam. Talbot to Connolly. Connolly puts a little shift on. Goes indirect off the boards. Char's wrist shot. Knocked down before it gets to goal. Connolly's shot into the pile. It hits some deadwood in the corner. Van Riemsdyk swipes it around. A strong 5-on-5 shift here for Boston. Getting it deep and taking the options away.
Yeah, getting it deep's the key. Started with Seidenberg lugging the puck into the zone. Where did he go? Below the goal line with it.
The attacking zone time mounts. Chris Kelly trying to battle through Eriksson, and the puck goes cross ice. Kessel, a spin around. Unable to get the puck past Talbot. Chara keeps it in the attacking zone. The wrist shot goes up high. Kelly wheels. Reimer makes the save. Eriksson skates away.
I don't know how many shot blocks that Toronto has been credited for, but the Bruins already with 33 shots in the game, but they've had too many shots blocked.
More than a minute of attacking zone time the last time. 15 blocked shots by Toronto. Seidenberg hammers the puck off the boards. Riley Smith pulls it back, loses Kadri, throws it in front off a stick. Panik finds the space. The long backhand. Lindstrom swipes it to Kadri, but the play's offside with 14.5 to go.
Each morning from 5 to 9, check out all the big plays you might have missed the night before on NESN Sports Update, presented in part by Town Fair Tire. The 20-minute format will bring you up to speed as you get ready for the day. If you're up early, catch up with NESN Sports Update every morning from 5 to 9. Dennis Seidenberg skating, going a little east-west through the neutral zones. Games entering to the offensive end, and he goes down below the goal line. It's a possession play. Now you have that cycle going. Talbot's there. Kelly's the third man up high in that slot. Need to get some more pucks to the net, though.
Seidenberg to Krug. That hits the dasher, takes a funny bounce up high. Pastrnak slings it right on goal with Lucic crashing the crease. Lucic slams away at the puck, finds Spooner. A save by Reimer. The save of the game by James Reimer, denying Ryan Spooner point blank as the Bruins get another opportunity. Panik wrists the puck down through the corner. Rask spanks it along. Pastrnak trying to back out. Gardner's shot rifles through the slot off of Panik and wide. Kadri can't get the puck through Spooner's skates. Bonnie turns the other way. Seidenberg unloads on Lindstrom, who stays on his skates. Spooner cuts off Lindstrom. Lucic off the end boards. It rattles off the apron. Krug takes it as Toronto changes out.
Well, Pastrnak had the first chance, and that was from the angle, from the boards, with Lucic in front of the net. And then Lucic made a great pass from the boards to Spooner.
Krejci on the forehand to Bartkowski. The drive save rebound. Marchand across the goal mouth, off the iron and out. Brad Marchand, snake bit, no goals in his last 13 games coming into tonight. The longest streak for him without a goal since his first year in the NHL, when he was a part-time player, playing less than 14 minutes most nights. Marchand hacking away on Gardner. Booth takes a hit from Connolly to move the puck out of the zone, but Trotman gets it deep once again. The Bruins need a change. Or no, they need to tag up. Misread it, thought they were veering off.
Yeah, Connolly was still in the zone when Kelly went in. It was close, but it was definitely offside.
So they tagged up, went back in, and Toronto gets it out to the neutral zone. Kessel on the fly, drops it to nobody. Kelly takes it back. The Bruins trying to create a sequence here. Connolly bounces the backhand in deep. McWilliam slaps it to space. Eriksson up the boards. It tumbles to Chara. The wrist shot tippable. A save by Reimer. And Talbot with a broken stick. Andrew McWilliam will spend the next 2 minutes of this game in the box unless the Bruins score. Brad Marchand, so close, hit the post.
It's unbelievable what it does hit, though, Jack. Marchand makes a nice move lateral. He's got an open net, blocker side on Reimer. Reimer's got no chance, and Gardner locked up in a battle with Bergeron, trying to box him out, and he's trying to keep his balance, and all of a sudden, the shot hits the shaft of his stick as he's moving in that battle with Bergeron. Unbelievable.
David Krejci, as Spooner is the trailer, brings it back to Krug. The wrist shot off the pile with Eriksson jamming against Phaneuf. Spooner. Krejci's wrist shot, another deflection, and it trickles wide of the post as Eriksson really has Phaneuf's attention. Spooner to Bergeron, the drive save rebound. Krug tries to steer it to Eriksson in front. Komarov makes the clear.
That's how you design your power play. The Bruins are getting the looks that they want, making the passes that they want. They need a little puck luck around the net.
William in the box for slashing. And the Bruins are offside. 1:11 to go on the Boston power play.
Yeah, McWilliam with a heavy slash broke the Bruins stick in half. That's why they're on the power play. Bergeron with that one-timer in the high slot. Rebound chance for Krug walking in off that left point. He tried to sell the shot and then slide it in the direction of Louis Eriksson. Puck bouncing a little bit, just never made it to its intended target.
Riley Smith rifles one off the glass and rattles around. Soderberg to Smith. He's got Connolly left circle, goes for the shot, misses everything, and it comes lively off the kick plate all the way back to Chara. Soderberg to Chara to Smith. Low for Connolly. Soderberg appearing high slot. Now he goes low. Chara's bomb. That goes off of Zach Sill. And Sill skitters it the length of the rink. Lucic swings left for Riley Smith. Soderberg already at the attacking line. Lucic to the dot. The shot saved by Reimer. Lucic shields the puck. Sends it right through the crease. Riley Smith overskated it for a moment. The puck seemed to stick on the ice, and Smith couldn't drag it along. Here's Booth with Phaneuf jumping up in the play. Chara goes down and takes it in an unprotected part in the lower leg, and Chara is in a lot of pain down on the boards. Brewer, awful leg, and Chara's really having difficulty down there.
Well, another shot block. Chara had the chance for the one-timer, couldn't get it through the net, and then Riley Smith, a little indecision in the offensive zone, and it leads to a chance shorthanded for the Leafs.
He's not going down the tunnel.
And here's why he was in so much pain. The shot block by Booth looks like it's going to catch him right on that skate area with his very little protection, and going to try to fight it off. But while that was all going on, Riley Smith's going to make his way to the penalty box. I believe it was for a hold.
Boston penalty number 18.
So Toronto to the power play for the second time tonight. Short-handed, here's Marchand turning the corner. Little tap from Phaneuf. Marchand loses control of the puck in the centrifuge and it slides out wide. Morgan Riley drops it off to Kessel. Kessel into the Boston zone, tosses the pass to Van Riemsdyk around through both corners. Riley all the way down to McQuaid's corner. Van Riemsdyk in front, Marchand anticipating, steals the pass intended for Bozak and clears. Minute and 15 to go in Riley Smith's penalty. Dion Phaneuf gliding out of his own end, drops it off for Kessel again. Kessel around Kelly, gives to Van Riemsdyk and goes toward the corner. Van Riemsdyk takes the puck out of the air from Phaneuf. Kessel juggles it down to the corner. McQuaid's pass off Van Riemsdyk's stick. Now Louis Eriksson hoists it off Phaneuf, and it skitters down toward Reimer. Reimer has a traffic jam with Riley. Kelly throws it on goal, and Reimer has to block it down. Louis Eriksson unable to control the rebound in time to catch the goalie a little out of position. Max Talbot, fresh off the bench, cuts it back at the Toronto line. Half a minute to go in the penalty kill. And Trott scales one off the corner glass. Zdeno Chara back on the ice. Max Talbot checks Lupul off the puck. Eriksson rescues it for Gardner. Now Nazem Kadri cuts around Talbot, gains the Boston line. Kadri around Spooner, pulls up at the hash marks. Kadri dangling the puck. Lupul in a wrestling match. You heard his stick go off the crossbar. Kadri gives it low for Lindstrom. Joakim Lindstrom gives it back to Kadri. Smith's out of the box. The Bruins can't control it. They would have had a 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Kadri stumbles into the corner and Chara obliterates him down there. Lupul indirect back to Eriksson along the line to Gardner. Gardner tries to go through Smith, picks the puck up in the corner. Now Kadri back in the Boston goal, trips over Chara's stick, swipes the puck toward the front, but Spooner has it. Up off of Gardner's glove. Gardner into the circle, into the high slot, turns and wheels it. Two chances for Kadri, a third for Lupul. Rask stacks the pads and holds off the Leafs, and the Bruins in emergency mode in their own zone with 7.5 to go. The quick shot from Lindstrom. Rask makes a save along the ice. 7.5 minutes to go in a 1-1 tie against the lottery team.
His inability to get this puck out of their defensive zone when they try to make a play up the glass. It gets kept in by Gardner after Gardner made a nice move against Smith to put this play in motion. And it leads to anxious moments. How about the double pad stack by Tuukka Rask on Lupul? I mean, that's old school.
Ryan Spooner has points in 5 consecutive games coming into tonight. 3 goals and 3 assists. Spooner has 5 goals and 4 assists for 9 points in 8 games overall, not consecutive. And he's out on the ice now. Komarov gives it back to Brewer, D to Phaneuf, the Toronto captain. Back to Eric Brewer. Off the boards, Komarov tries to scoop it past Seidenberg. Pastrnak runs out of space, and then Booth flattens him in the center circle. Panik against Spooner. Panik sends the puck all the way across. Komarov off the boards. Lucic slams it past Gardner. Spooner extending no icing here. Phaneuf turns away from Pasternak's pressure. Booth against McQuaid. Bartkowski with 6.5 to go in a tie game. Marchand's cross ice pass doesn't connect. Kessel gives it to Riley. Morgan Riley away from Krejci and steers it over to Gardner. Gardner a little hitch and then finds a seam for Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk turns to the forehand out top. Gives it to Riley with a ton of space. He closes. The shot goes well wide. Bergeron whaps the backhand off the boards. Marchand picks it up. He's got Krejci following. Marchand shields, holds on the backhand. Gardner with a good reach around to knock the puck to the boards. Bergeron goes into the end wall to try to win it for Boston. Marchand rakes it out of the traffic. Gives a little wiggle at the hash mark. Seidenberg, far side. Bergeron extends off of Gardner's stick and into the protective netting. 5:48 to go in the game. Bruins 1, Toronto 1, and Ottawa winning.
Here's Wednesday's game in Washington. Check back in with us again Thursday night at 7 when WB Mason presents Bruins Face Off Live. Get an in-depth recap of the game against the Caps, a preview of the matchup in Florida, and the latest on all the playoff races. Check it out Thursday at 7.
There he is, the fist bump boy, Liam Fitzgerald. Just by coincidence, he was coming into the building the same time we were tonight. one fun kid to be around. Marchand twists at the blue line. Brewer chops it through the corner. Trotman into the middle. Brewer's there. The recent acquisition, Brewer looks to be Toronto's most solid defenseman in the defensive zone. Trotman the diagonal. Marchand with a hesitation snaps it on Reimer after making a move on Brewer, but Brewer kept him relatively in a less harmful angle.
Yeah, nice outlet pass by Trotman. Bruins go into that regroup, and he goes wing to wing. It's actually right defense to left wing, but it's one side of the ice to the other. Able to hit Marchand in stride. That gives Marchand the advantage attacking Brewer and gets a pretty good shot away.
Chara still laboring and still feeling a significant amount of pain from the shot block off the lower leg. Bartkowski tees it up, cranks it off the kick plate just wide of the glove side. Kadri gains the line, the wrist shot through Rask's glove, juicy rebound. Lindstrom pokes it to the corner for Toronto. Saucers it back to Riley, dances to the middle of the line. Lindstrom's shot well wide. Rask corrals it for Bartkowski, spins it into the skates of Bailey. McQuaid forward for Connolly. Riley intercepts at the red line, pirouettes around Soderberg, but Connolly's there to pick off the puck. Connolly's shot saved by Reimer. Connolly unable to get much on that. Lindstrom trickles the puck forward for Kadri. Kadri closes, drives one, a save by Rask up on the right arm. Kadri tries to ram it through McQuaid. Lindstrom, Kadri, the short dish. Lindstrom closes, goes deep. Bailey sticking his head right into Rask. Erickson down past the hash marks. McWilliam, the defenseman. Pasternak breaks that up, and Soderberg turns away from Bailey's pressure. 4 minutes to go in the game. The Bruins came in it tonight in the bottom of 2 Eastern Conference wild card slots. 3 points ahead of Ottawa, but Ottawa continues to hold the game in hand. Lucic laterally for Spooner. He punts it back to the boards, and Komarov takes it. Now Krug hammers it around, and Komarov's on this side of the ice to take it. 3.5 to go. Brewer up to his own line to Lupel. Flips the beanbag forward for Booth. Booth goes around Krug. The shot save. Rask. Krug tries to scoop it out of the middle and does. Pasternak tries to get ahead of speed up to the red line. A tumbling muffin in on Reimer. Lucic for Pasternak. He dangles. Reimer looks behind him, but the puck's still in his body. David Pasternak just creating something out of thin air with help from Milan Lucic.
Yeah, a little loose in their own zone, but once they get things going offensively, they can make things happen. We keep talking about getting pucks in. That's a nice play. It's a nice play, Jack, because you don't take a wrist shot and allow the goaltender to handle it with the glove and then set up his defenseman. You throw that one bouncer at him, you know, anything could happen. So he's just concentrating on stopping the puck as Reimer, and that allows Lucic to get there first.
The 4th time that James Reimer has faced 40 or more shots this season. He's 3-0 in the previous 3 games. Wraparound attempt from Bergeron, but he couldn't get leverage to turn it inside the glove side post. Kessel flying up ice against Chara. The shot. Rask does the splits, and the shot misses the face of the goal. Bergeron gives to Marchand, tries to go through Bozak. Now makes a simpler play down the boards, but the Bruins need a change. Brewer up ice. Van Riemsdyk redirects it in.
He didn't touch it.
Oh, I thought he did, but he didn't. It's icing.
It cost Boston earlier in this hockey game when Riley Smith, they thought he got a piece of it. Icing was the call. Face-off win for Toronto. Goal Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk doesn't touch that one, so Bruins the benefit of the icing call. Face-off in the offensive end.
Connolly to take the face-off. Soderberg on the near boards. Connolly wins it to Seidenberg. Seidenberg's wrist shot saved. Rebound, Soderberg. The Bruins have taken a season-high 46 shots on goal tonight. They've gotten only one past James Reimer. Jake Gardner. Carries up and gives off to David Booth. He runs into the Connolly check. Connolly's second effort to get it to Eriksson. He slings it around the boards. Seidenberg pitches in. It bounces toward Reimer. He gloves it on the third hop. And the Bruins get a face-off in the attacking zone with 1:52 to go.
Tonight after the post-game show, stay right here for NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. Get up-to-the-minute updates on the Bruins and Celtics playoff pushes, the latest on the kids in the NCAA basketball tournament, and details on the Red Sox final spring game of 2015. Get all you need to know tonight, right after the post-game show.
David Pastrnak has 7 shots on goal. Every Bruins skater has at least one tonight. Bozak wins the draw against Pastrnak. Gardner's cross-ice pass doesn't connect. Off the boards, Krug bunts it forward to Pastrnak, and Lupul finishes his check on Pastrnak. Morgan Riley around through both corners. Lupul, Bozak skitters it cross ice. Seidenberg picks up the puck and backhands to Lucic, working against Morgan Riley. Lucic turns the corner. Lucic fires it toward goal and knocks Riley's stick out of his hands. McQuaid's snapshot goes off Spooner's skate to the corner. Bozak a little shift. Forward for Lupul. Right into McQuaid's legs. Torrey Krug holds. The Bruins change. It's going to be Bergeron, Krejci, and Marchand into the final minute. 1-1 at TD Garden.
Remaining in the period.
Brad Marchand at the hash marks. Flips it around. Phaneuf's check. Marchand turns to face the goal. Snaps a wrist shot that deflects high and out of play.
Pretty good effort by Marchand to corral that puck, absorb the hit, spin off it, and then look everybody off and then try to get into a position to let a shot go. You know, there's been some things that frustrate you in his game right now, Jack, but he's also getting a little frustrated himself when he gets sure goals knocked down off the stick of guard, and then right there you make a nice play, and that one too gets deflected.
Looks as if Phaneuf was reaching with the leg there.
It did.
Kadri against Bergeron, right back on to Reimer. Chara risks the puck deep. Krejci has to tag up. Dion Phaneuf. Eric Brewer through the neutral zone. And it's icing. Half a minute to go.
I mean, it's just token pressure by Boston, and Toronto ices the puck in this situation. Can't make mistakes like that. Yeah, to Boston's benefit.
Kadri again wins the draw back. Brewer indirect off glass for Van Riemsdyk. Krug snaps the puck over for Seidenberg to Krejci over the line. The drop from Marchand. Komarov doing a good job on the back check. Brewer turns away from Krejci, shoves it past Bergeron. Kadri spins it right onto Marchand's stick. Komarov battling for the puck, gets it loose. Brewer flips it out to center ice with single digits left on the clock. Rask spins the puck over to Seidenberg, and this one will go to overtime. Seidenberg tried a long skipping shot that Reimer blocks just before the final siren. 47 shots on goal for Boston, but only one past James Reimer.
Well, the Bruins got the 1-0 lead early in that second period. Coming on the heels of a strong first period, you figured, okay, the Bruins are going to win this game in regulation. Well, they didn't. But that extra point is huge right now. Bruins play to win in OT.
They have 9 overtime goals, tied with Calgary for the most in the NHL. Goodbye, your New England Ford dealers. Toronto came back to tie it on a James Van Riemsdyk goal, his 26th of the season, which leads the team following an icing call against Boston. Patrice Bergeron had opened the scoring 19 seconds into the second period.
Great first shift of the second period where they put good pressure on Marchand down low below the goal line where the Bruins can take advantage of this Toronto team. Bergeron on the follow-up. Krejci running a nice little screen, open up that back lane, and then after that icing call, a shot from the point with Van Riemsdyk going on the net. Rask makes the initial save with the block. It comes off Van Riemsdyk's body, and then McQuaid had a chance to bang it out. Got a piece of it off Rask and in.
Washington and Ottawa are now tied 3-3. Caps are making a living out of late comebacks. So much could change in the next couple of minutes, but the Bruins have got to find a way to solve the problem. 2 forwards, 2 D start for Boston. Seidenberg rushing the off wing. He's paired with Krug, who of course is a very mobile defenseman. Soderberg indirect back to Krug. Eriksson in front. Seidenberg fires on Reimer. He makes the save. Eric Brewer controls the tumbling rebound, spins it out looking for Kessel on the sneak away.
Yeah, it might be the Kessel factor that the Bruins are going with 2D to start.
Phil Kessel, one of the deadliest scorers in the NHL. Has 3 goals in this season series. Riley's shot and a save by Rask.
Well, Seidenberg made a good play from a bad angle in the offensive zone. He had some traffic in front, put it on goal. There was a rebound chance, and then Kessel tries to use his speed. What he does do, he gains entry, but the Bruins take away the middle of the ice and allow Rask to handle a long-distance shot.
Bergeron wins a face-off away from Kadri. Marchand takes Krug's pass, drops it off for Bergeron. He closes the shot off the leg of Riley, and he comes up doing the flamingo. That one stung. Van Riemsdyk powers into the Boston zone, cuts behind Gardner. Van Riemsdyk, the backhand leg saved by Rask. And Krejci reflexively knocks it out of there, and it rolls all the way in on Reimer. Reading the green perfectly as we get set for Augusta. Here's Riley. They're almost like ice there, aren't they?
I was surprised Reimer played it the way he did.
Yeah. Little chip of ice, fluky wind. But not there. Here's Pastrnak trying to wiggle across the line. Spooner does a terrific job with the skate to keep it in the zone. Spooner speeds back in the net, crisscrossing with Pastrnak, who comes out the other side. Trotman gets the puck knocked off his stick by Komarov. Spooner sweeps it away. Komarov flips it deep. Spooner drops it off. Komarov, as usual, finishes his check. Lucic catches up to the puck. He's got Spooner on his right. Footoff pokes it loose back to center. Good work from Pastrnak, chopping down a Komarov's stick, and now he takes Lucic's feet. Pastrnak, the little dangle, but Morgan Riley takes it away. Lucic with a rocket and a save by Reimer with about 3 minutes to go in overtime.
Well, you got to like the attitude of both teams. I mean, it's, nothing to lose attitude for Toronto, They've just kind of played the spoiler here today in Boston, trying to win this game in overtime. Shootouts have not been friendly to the Bruins. 3-9 in that category. Much better when they decide games on a hockey play. 9-4 in the overtime.
Chara and Krug, the answer to Phil Kessel being on the ice. Soderberg and Eriksson, the 2 forwards for Boston. Tyler Bozak, the long diagonal for Morgan Riley against Krug. The wrist shot and a save by Rask. Clutching the puck between his left arm and the body. Chara sweeps the puck back to Krug. Krug the long diagonal. Bergeron was going to the bench for what looked as if he expected it to be a change. And Krug's pass skipped right past him for ice.
Yeah, Bergeron came on the ice, after the referee put his arm up for Toronto. Bergeron comes on the ice for the purpose of the defensive zone draw. And he does what he does best. He wins the draw. Now he's thinking a change. Soderberg's trying to stretch the neutral zone and open up space underneath. And that's a pretty good read by Krug. But he wasn't sure, or he didn't think Bergeron was going to the bench.
Toronto scored its only goal off an icing call. Van Riemsdyk can't sweep it in front. Kadri comes the other way. Phaneuf jamming against Chara. Here's Brewer's shot. And Soderberg goes to a knee to knock it down. 3-on-2 up ice. Bergeron has Krug far side. Krug closes the shot. Rifles over the glove side. Hits glass. And here it comes the other way. Dion Phaneuf in a race against Brett Connolly. Connolly makes the defensive play and steers him to the end boards. But Connolly loses his stick. Phaneuf to Kadri. The wrist shot goes off. Krejci to the far corner. Bruins running around trying to find their defensive marks. And finally, Bergeron gets the puck back to Krug. Connolly cuts back. Minute and 45 to go in overtime. Bergeron tumbles one to the end boards. Gardner has trouble with the puck. Krejci picks it off. Krejci carries on the forehand. Gives it over to Seidenberg. Seidenberg has Spooner far side of the zone. Crisscrosses with it. Seidenberg going around Lindstrom. Loses the puck in the end boards. Gets it back. Rattles it off the kick plate. Richard Panik gives back to Jake Gardner. His pass too far forward for Panik. Seidenberg to Connolly. Wraps it off the boards. Gardner stumbles. Lindstrom there in defensive support. Morgan Riley, the diagonal chip. Panik can't control, but there's no icing. Pastrnak turns his goal in the final minute of sudden death overtime. Pastrnak into the attacking zone. Can't dangle through Phaneuf. Phaneuf flips the puck ahead. Lupul cuts back around Lucic. Now Brewer carries back and gives forward. Joffrey Lupul to Phaneuf. He cranks one off, but it goes off Spooner's stick. Booth blows a tire in the corner. Pastrnak shoves it forward for Spooner. He's got Lucic going down the middle. Spooner's wrist shot saved by Reimer. He steers the rebound to the Zamboni doors in the final half minute of OT. Lupul, long up ice. Rask has to cover it and take a face-off in the Boston zone. The Bruins with 50 shots on goal. First time they've done that since the 5th of January 2014.
And this one doesn't get on goal, and it nearly cost them. The 3-on-2, Krug jumping into the play. He's trying to score. He tries to go high. He missed that net. It gets wrapped around, and then Chara's going for a line change, and Connolly had to get on the ice and try to make a defensive play against Phaneuf.
Soderberg wins the face-off away from Bozak. Time for one more rush up ice in sudden death. Krug into the back of Marchand, skates, wiggles over the line, but loses control of the puck. Riley to Kessel. Kessel has Bozak with him. Everybody up. Kessel firing it off of Krug, and it hits the end glass, and that will do it for overtime. It'll go to a shootout.
Shots on goal in overtime. Boston 3, Toronto 3. Total shots.
Well, you certainly like to see it in overtime. That's where Boston has really made some hay this regular season. But if you're exercising demons and the way the Bruins have found ways to win hockey games, why not a shootout, Jack?
Call the exorcist. We'll be back for the shootout. Oh, we're not. We're not going to take a break. I just need a little heart medicine, that's all. I mean, nothing with this team is easy. It's Toronto, yeah, okay, spirited effort after Boston scored its goal. But the Bruins a vastly better 5-on-5 team. And as you said in the first few minutes of this game, if the Bruins gave them a good reason to stop expending effort, they probably would. And you knew from personal experience.
Yeah, no surprise that Toronto's going to start with Bozak. He's 3 for 7 in shootouts.
Bozak quickly on Rask, pulls up the shot, and a save by Rask. Tried to go 5-hole, and Rask closes the door.
Yeah, good stick position by Rask. that I'm going to come with a lot of speed and then I'm going to put brakes on, try to freeze you. He had some opening between the legs, but again, the stick position by Rask key.
Crafty David Krejci doesn't have to worry about winning a race in the shootout. Almost stops, stick handles, Deeks, and Reimer closes the 5-hole door.
Not sure David Krejci makes up his mind. He comes in, goes for that slowdown, looking for an opening. Maybe he thought he had 5-hole if he could tuck it back towards that right pad.
James Van Riemsdyk carries it wide, closes on Rask, uses the big reach, but Rask denies him as he goes forehand, backhand, and Rask takes it away.
Not sure if Van Riemsdyk ever had that puck off his left hip when he got in tight. It was always out in front of him, Jack. So Rask is reading deep. I got to read deep either direction. I don't have to commit to a quick shot beating me.
Patrice Bergeron swooping into the zone on the forehand. Deeks and scores! He got Reimer to bite, and he goes up over the leg pad. And Tuukka Rask has a chance to shut it down.
Yeah, nice in tight move by Patrice Bergeron. He really sold that move to the backhand, and that's even tight to the net. Beautiful finish by Bergeron to give the Bruins the lead and the leverage here in the shootout.
Nazem Kadri was in the doghouse so deep, he probably would have answered if he had called Fido earlier this season, but he's got a chance to extend the shootout here. Closes on Rask, Deeks, nothing. And the Bruins have won in a shootout in the ugliest possible fashion. But it's 2 points, and the winning streak is now 5.
Finding ways to win, exercising demons. 2 points, Jack.
Well, another night, another heart attack. 2-1 Bruins in a shootout. Stay tuned for the shirts off their backs ceremony.